Hi Virgo. Okay, welcome to my channel. So I was gonna go to bed, and then like an idiot I laid out our cards, and so now I have to tell you, like I have to just share it with you. Can't wait till tomorrow, can't wait. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the likes and shares and subscribes. Thank you for the comments. I love to hear what's going on, and I love to know you know, that this is reaching some of you, so thank you so much. Thank you for the personal readings requests, because it's awesome. Like, it's so awesome to be able to feel like I'm, you know, to interact with each other. It brings me a lot of fulfillment, so thank you. And hopefully I'm able to help bring fulfillment to you too. Okay, so I'll leave my email in the description box. If you have random questions, not like reading, don't ask me to do a reading without, I don't mean this disrespectfully by any means, but don't ask me to do like a full-on reading without, you know, I'm here because I want to be able to share with you, but it is taking up time away from my son, and, you know, it does take some of my time too, so just be respectful in the emails and recognize that I can't do an entire spread for you right then in the email. I will certainly try to answer any questions that I can, or clarify anything in the readings that you might have questions about, but just don't, I guess just don't bite my head off if I don't get back to you right away. That's pretty much what I mean, which nobody really has, but I'm just saying that because, you know, I'm highly sensitive right now. So I'll leave my email in the description box, and then how to contact me for a personal reading if you want to. Still $20 for 20 minutes, $30 for 30 minutes. The 20-minute readings are up to 3 questions. The 30-minute readings are up to 5 questions. Most of you who have gotten a 30-minute reading from me, though, it's more like 45 minutes to an hour, because I talk a lot, obviously. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first card that I pulled for us Virgos, I'm a Virgo sun, remember, is the 9 of Swords. So this is probably why I'm not in bed right now, even though I should be, because I was going to go to bed. I swear I was going to go to bed. But this 9 of Swords is a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of thinking and stressing and anxiety. It's thinking and overthinking and rethinking, and then, you know, balling it up in a circle and rethinking again, because it's just overthinking everything. So there's definitely a lot of thinking going on. There's a lot of obsessive thoughts almost for some of us too. And this is a very stressed kind of card. It's almost on the verge of like a mental breakdown. Like I just can't handle anything else. And the reason I say that is because the next card that I have is the 4 of Swords, right next to this 9 of Swords. 4 of Swords, typically I like to call it the chillin' card, because it could be like you're just chilling, you just have to chill. Literally can't take anymore. Like, don't put anything else on my plate. But it's not chilling like I'm hanging out with my friends and having a good time. It's chilling like I just need to be able to not, I don't want to have to do anything else right now. Like, I don't need any more obligations right now. I just need to be able to sort through my brain. Or it could be a distraction too. You could be so distracted, like even at work during the day or things like that, you could be so distracted by these thoughts that you're having that it could be that it's kind of taking over or interfering with your everyday life. So this energy right here at the beginning of August is definitely something where you have something for real big on your mind. There's something that is really, really reaching you and causing you a lot of worry and anxiety, and then overwhelming you. It's overwhelming. That's what's happening right now. Then the next card that I have is the Star card. So some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius. There's a lot of air and there's a lot of water here. So it could be that it's Gemini. It could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. I get Aquarius with this card just because I always do. And some of you might disagree, but I always do with this Star card. And then in this situation here, what I love about this Star card is she's so calm, and she's just pouring water into water for, you know, I mean, she's pouring water from this pitcher into water, so there's a lot of emotion down here. But then up here, there's a lot that's up in the air element here. And this light above her head there's a lot going on upstairs. There's a lot of emotion, and there's a lot of, you know, air thoughts and logic, and so she's finding a balance between these two things. That's how the healing happens, is balancing those two things, like balancing the emotions with the logical side of you. So It's not overriding one with the other. So some people are all logic to their detriment. Some people are all emotion to their detriment. She's finding the balance right here. And it could be, too, that this light above here, this one always reminds me of, like, the light bulb that comes on over the head of those cartoon characters. You know, it's kind of like this thing. It's this inspiration that pops up. So that could be part of the healing process, too. Some of us may have been feeling very, like, stagnated by these, you know, thinking and overthinking, and it's hindering any type of inspiration or any type of, like, seeing the forest through for the trees. You know, you can't really see past your nose in some situations because you're so overburdened with this overwhelming feeling and these obsessive thoughts. And this is kind of the inspiration that hits, or the paradigm shift that can hit, that allows you to release some of that and to begin the process of healing and balancing that out. So this is very positive, because it's definitely something that, you know, we don't overthink very much anyways. You know, Virgos we can get so wrapped up that it's almost like it's doom and gloom that, you know, starts to creep in before we even realize it. So this star card is definitely an awesome ability to be able to get past this anxiety, get past this stress, and to be able to really be like, okay, it's going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And so that's how I feel with that card. It's kind of like that deep breath that you get to take. Okay, I'm going to center myself and figure this out. Instead of freaking out about it constantly, I'm going to just calm myself down and figure out what I need to do. Once you have gotten, because, you know, we like to be able to, a lot of the time, like, drive, you know, try and control the situation or make it go the direction that we want it to do. And when it doesn't, it can super duper stress us out, like ridiculous. So I feel like with this star card here, a lot of us will be able to kind of release that need to control the outcome or to control what's happening. And in the process, that will help manifest what it is that you want to have happen in the long run anyways. So the star card is an awesome card here to pull up. The next card that I have is this Two of Cups. I've had so many cups coming up today. It's ridiculous, but it's awesome. Like, this is just, I mean, this is a soulmate card. This is definitely a recognition of a very strong bond, something that is real. It's not fake, it's real. Like, this is legit real. And I say that because the next card that I have is the Ace of Cups, right next to the Two of Cups. So if you have been in a situation where you've been kind of wondering, does this person feel this way about me? Do they feel the same thing that I feel? This is your proof right here that there is, like, major love here. It's like, you can't even pretend like it's not there. Even though, like I've said before in some of my readings here, now, people will express their feelings of love much differently. And I think that for some of us, we get so, especially, because I am a Virgo, I can't really speak for any other sign as far as their thought process, but for me, I get kind of wrapped up in this idea that most people think the same way that I do, and it's always kind of a shock to my system when I find out, especially with my fire sign, or with another Virgo, or with, you know, when we think differently, or when we see things differently. It's always a shock to my system a little bit, because I'm just kind of like, well, I hadn't thought of that, and I'm used to being right, so how could I have not thought of that? Because that sounds right, you know? And it makes you question that, you know, maybe you don't know everything. And I don't mean that you think you know everything at all. I'm just talking about me. Sometimes I can get stuck in my head where I think I know it is a certain way, and then I have to see that it's not necessarily the way that I think that is, and that, you know, I might need to shift my perspective a little bit. So I feel like this, even if you're not seeing all of this evidence right now, this is giving you the confirmation that it's there, whether you see, even if you're not seeing it right now, or even if they're not expressing it to you in the way that you normally receive love, it's there for real. There's a Two of Cups right here next to the Ace of Cups. This is a new beginning in love too. So this anxiety and stress and worry and overwhelming feeling, then the healing comes. Then you're going to be able to recognize that there is a new beginning that is starting off based in these emotions. And I feel like it's going to be for both parties because this Two of Cups is down here. So I feel like, I feel like there could even be a reconciliation coming here for a lot of you too, because this is a new beginning with a soulmate. So it's typically a soulmate is somebody that you know already in a lot of the time, or you might meet them randomly, but for a lot of you it'll be somebody that you knew already. Excuse me. And might not have recognized off the bat as your soulmate, or vice versa. Maybe they didn't recognize you. But I feel like this Ace of Cups is coming in saying, yeah, this is going to be the wake-up call, that this is saying this is a true love relationship. Like there is actual love here. It's not just going through the motions. It's not all the fears and thoughts and overwhelming stresses that you've been feeling up here, thinking that things were one way, and then it's going to be a calming feeling. I feel like this is going to be a very calming feeling. It's going to be emotional fulfillment, but I feel like it's going to be emotional fulfillment in a way that brings absolute peace. It's not even that over. It's not like, I'm trying to explain it in a way that will make sense. It's not the burns real hot and fast kind of energy that comes in and, sweeps you off your feet, because that one always drops off pretty quick. This is going to be a steady, firm conviction of love. I feel like it's something that you're going to know in your, you're going to be able to feel it. So cool. And then the last card that I have is the King of Cups. This is a stable, loving time. It's a stable time. It's a emotional time, but it's not an emotion. Like the Queen of Cups, she can sometimes be overly emotional, or she can come across as caring too much, almost to her detriment, almost to the point that it's, people start to question whether she has self-respect almost, because she cares a little too much, that she might go overboard. And I don't mean that in a negative way, because there are wonderful qualities of the Queen of Cups too. But the King of Cups is more kind of, he's the more masculine energy, so he's more in control of the emotions, but they are very much there. They're very prevalent, and it's a very, like, regal type of emotion. It's not overdone. It's not exaggerated. It's just it's a very strong, stable kind of position to be in. With the King of Cups, there can be a tendency of, if on the negative side, and it could be if you're dealing with a fire sign, or with a water sign, I keep saying fire, with a water sign like Scorpio especially, I feel like, but if you're dealing with a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer in this situation, it could be too that with all of this water coming in, all of the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, and this King of Cups, it could be that you're feeling like they might be a little bit too emotional, or you might want them to be a little bit more aggressive or more passionate. It could be that they're very much in their feelings, but I don't get the feeling that it's going to be off-putting necessarily, because you're going to be in your emotions too. So I feel like this is a period we're going to be drawing in pretty close together, and I'm super interested to see what happens after the 15th here, because I feel like this is going to be a very concentrated time. A lot of time when I do the time frames in here, the events can be going on for a while leading up to it, and then going on for a while after that. But I feel like in this particular situation, this is going to be a very focused amount of time, like a very focused, intense amount of time, because this balance can't be maintained of this absolute, like, bliss and love, but it needs to happen in order for y'all to recognize, I think, or for both parties to recognize this soulmate connection and this new beginning. So let's clarify some of these and just see what we come up with, because I'm curious now. Okay, so please clarify this Nine of Swords for Virgo for love for August 2nd through August 16th, 2017. What is this Nine of Swords for Virgo about? Woo. Dropping my cards everywhere. You know why? Because it's the middle of the night and I should be in bed. But because I love you, Virgo. Okay, so, what? Clarifying the Nine of Swords, I have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Holy shit. So you've got three of four aces here. Okay, so clarifying the Nine of Swords. So it could be that with this Ace of Swords, it could be that some of you are feeling like a way of thinking that you have had in the past, or a way of communicating that you've had in the past needs to be cut out, or there needs to be a new beginning to it. There needs to be some kind of, there's some kind of this intellectual energy, this logical energy, this stress that's going on. Something needs to shift on it. It's almost like you're wishing for a new beginning on that, because it's throwing off your stability. This Ace of Pentacles here is bringing in the opportunity, a new beginning for stability, to be able to get yourself grounded here. Air, you know, with all of these swords here, you're very much in the sky on these, because it's kind of like your thoughts are all over the place. And this Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords is saying to cut that out and get to a place of stability here. And the universe is going to help you to do that. That's why these are here. These aces are here to let you know you can have that new beginning. And I have a feeling that's what leads you to this Star card here. Please clarify this Four of Swords for Virgo, for love, from August 2nd to the 16th, 2017. What is this Four of Swords about? Please clarify this Four of Swords card for Virgo, for love, from August 2nd to the 16th, 2017. What is this Four of Swords about? Okay, so the Four of Swords is clarified by the Two of Swords. So here, I feel like there's a duality here that's going on for a lot of you. It's kind of a wrestling with your head and your heart. I know I always point to these cards, and I know you can't really see them, so I apologize, but I'm going to do it anyways, because just because that's me. That's just what I do. Anyways, they've got these swords crossed in front of them here. There's a heart that's hanging down from this tree branch, and some kind of random goose. I think it's a goose sitting on the tree branch. But this heart is what I'm talking about here. It's kind of like the feeling of putting the heart. This heart is above him, so it's not in his line of sight, and I feel like the swords here are crossing in front of him because he's focusing on a logical decision at this point. It's kind of like a war between head and heart. But somebody is trying to come to a decision on something, or recognizing that a decision needs to be made. And I feel like this decision that needs to be made has to do with this healing, because you're recognizing that whatever is going on up here with this Ten of Swords, the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles is telling you it cannot continue. You have to start fresh. You have to go for a new beginning here, because this isn't working. You staying up in the middle of the night doing tarot readings on YouTube is not working all night long. I'm just kidding. I'm so glad that I'm here. I'm just kidding. But you know, that kind of an idea that whatever it is that is keeping you up, or whatever it is that is stressing you out, it's not working. It's not serving you. Nothing good is coming from that. So I feel like you're coming to this recognition here that you're at an impasse. You have to make a choice to change something about the way that the scenario is going. And I feel that like that choice is, the star here is you getting back in balance, because you're not in balance right now. Please for some of you, I don't mean to tell you what you're feeling, but I'm just saying with this star here, I feel like a lot of you are trying to get back into balance with yourself. Please clarify this star card for Virgo, for love, from August 2nd to the 16th, 2017. What is this star card about? Please clarify this star card for Virgo, for love, August 2nd through 16th. King of Wands on top of this star card. So the King of Wands is somebody who is in control. The King of Wands takes the action to be in control. That's what I feel like is happening, is you are trying to get to a place where you're ready to take the action to be in control of the balance between your head and your heart. Like, you want to be able to control those two things, so that it's not, the pendulum's not swinging so far from one side to the other. So I feel like it's you taking the proper action, the proper steps that you know work for you, so that you can center yourself to come from a place of strength and truth, rather than coming from a place of, you know, crazy stress or crying your eyes out emotion. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's what this King of Wands is representing here, is you taking on that strong leadership type of energy of the King of Wands and saying, no, I'm gonna take control of this. I'm gonna get myself to a place where I'm balanced again, because I recognize that I haven't been. Please clarify this 2 of Cups for Virgo from August 2nd to the 16th, 2017 for love. What is this 2 of Cups about? Please clarify this 2 of Cups card for Virgo for love from August 2nd to the 16th, 2017. Nope. Please clarify this 2 of Cups card for Virgo for love from August 2nd to there it is. Okay, so the 2 of Cups is clarified by the Page of Swords. So again, the Page of Swords is somebody who is confident in their actions. They're confidently moving forward. They are charging forward, like not charging like a knight, but they are confidently moving forward in the path that they, almost to the point that it's like throwing caution to the wind a little bit. Like, okay, I've been sitting here stewing and, you know, total anxiety and stressing over everything, and I've gotten to a point where I'm balanced now, and now I can move forward and not have to sit there and think it's, you know, second guess myself constantly or think I'm doing the wrong thing. I can move forward with some confidence. On top of this 2 of Cups, so you're moving toward this soulmate, or the 2 of you moving together and it's not freaking you out. The 2 of you coming closer together and it's not freaking you out, making you, you know, because sometimes when the person, especially if it's somebody who has such a strong, who we have such a strong love for, starts getting closer, we wait for the other shoe to drop. We're waiting to see what's the next bad thing that's going to happen. But I feel like with this Page of Swords, it's a confident, not necessarily reckless, but confident without any kind of reserve. Please clarify this. There we go right there. Look at that. Okay, so the Ace of Cups is clarified by the 4 of Pentacles. So I feel like in this situation, again, it's that idea. It's the idea of clinging to something. It could be that you are clinging to, I feel like it's you trying to cling to your balance a little bit, which is understandable. It makes sense for me anyways in my mind as I think about it, because I know myself pretty well. You know, it could be that when things start to turn out so beautifully and there's so much emotion going on, you could be clinging to that idea of I'm definitely going to get carried away here. I know that I'm going to get carried away in these emotions and not be able to maintain my balance. And that's what I feel like this clinging energy is, or it's kind of it's like a holding pattern. Like in football, you know, the holding pattern is kind of this like, okay, I need to try and protect a little bit here. So I feel like that's where the 4 of Pentacles comes in, and that's a natural reaction. That makes sense. I don't feel like it's too hindering. Just don't let yourself get carried away with it. I mean, don't shut down, or don't what's the word I'm looking for? Don't turn it into a negative thing or try and seem too closed off necessarily. And also don't cling. For some of you, it might be saying don't cling. I don't get the feeling that you are necessarily, but with all this emotion pouring out, or somebody could be clinging to you. If you're dealing with another earth sign, they might be a little clingy through this because it's so much emotion, so much love going on, so many deep feelings that it could feel a little clingy. So that could be a warning to look out for that. But I feel like it's almost like you're clinging to this, trying to maintain this balance, like trying, which is understandable. Please clarify this King of Cups for Virgo from August 2nd to August 16th, 2017. Please clarify this. That felt right, actually. Okay, so the King of Cups is clarified by the 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords is, again, a battle. With this 4 of Pentacles and this 5 of Swords, this could be an air sign too that you're dealing with. Like I said, the 5 of Swords typically embodies the idea of an unfair victory. I almost get the feeling that I almost get the feeling that in this dynamic where there's so much emotion and love, there's some envy. But I don't feel like it's you and your partner necessarily with any envy. I feel like it's from the outside. Maybe there's somebody kind of lurking, like watching, and they're envious of this situation because they feel like you have some kind of unfair victory, or they feel like it's unfair that you're in this situation. Or it could be a matter of, I feel like it could be that you are, again, with, you know, kind of like this clinging energy here, I feel like it could be a matter of feeling like your emotions are overruling your head a little bit, and so you're feeling like you have to fight against that. Let me get another clarifying card, because I'm wondering why that's there now. Please clarify this 5 of Swords on top of the King of Cups for Virgo. For love from August 2nd. Oops. To the 16th for love. Please clarify this 5 of Swords card on top of the King of Cups. What is the 5 of Swords about? Give me one more clarifying card. Okay, so Page of Cups. So I feel like with the Page of Cups on top of the 5 of Swords, on top of the King of Cups, I feel like for some of you there are maybe some children involved that the children that are involved may be causing some kind of, like, there might be some jealousy issues that have to do with children. It could be that their attention is divided. Maybe one of the parents' attention is divided, or the kids are like feeling jealous of the partner. It could be. Also, with this Page of Cups and 5 of Swords, it's kind of an immature energy, so there could be a little bit of trying to one-up each other a little bit. But it's almost like you're one-upping each other with love or with emotion. So I feel like it's almost like you're trying to... It could be a matter of somebody trying to maintain the facade of having less emotion, but they're kind of losing that battle. It's kind of an immature feeling of, like, with this dynamic here, especially because sometimes, like I said, there can be some weakness in the not weakness, but a lack of a backbone almost in the King of Cups energy. That with this 5 of Swords, somebody could be feeling like they are losing this battle of looking like they are... You know that old saying that the person that cares less in the relationship holds the power? That's what I feel like this is about. I feel like somebody's trying to pretend or trying to contend with each other for who cares less, or like who isn't as absolutely in love with the other person as the other person is, even though both of you are absolutely in love with each other, and it's kind of a mature dynamic here. So hopefully you're able to nip that in the bud by clinging to your balancing energy. But somebody could be pretty clingy too. Like with this, I feel like somebody might be a little bit clingy. So somebody comes in maybe with the 5 of Swords and this unfair victory. It could be that somebody is able to put themselves into a position where they look like they care a little bit less than the other person does. And that creates this immature kind of love energy where the love is still there. This is all on top of the King of Cups, so the love is still there. I feel like this is almost an immature little game that's being played to see. It's kind of like a power struggle, which, let's be real, we all go through that from time to time. I'm not going to pretend I haven't done that. I have, so let's not pretend. But that's almost what I'm picking up here. But all in all, like I said, since this is a soulmate thing, you're going to come through those stupid bickering bull crap. That's going to happen just because that's what happens with soulmates. It's like we just like to poke each other. It's like, well, I don't mean it that way. I mean it that way too. I mean, yeah, but I mean we like to annoy each other or push each other's buttons. That's what I meant to say, push each other's buttons. But all in all, there's a lot of love here. It starts off a little bit rough because we just are, you know, analyzers, over-analyzing everything, literally. But in this position here, that's the only thing that I would say to look out for, is a little bit of immaturity toward the middle of the month, because it might be kind of like a trying to prove somebody has a little more power in the relationship than the other person does. So all in all, Virgo, not too shabby. Just try and rise above that. Try and rise above it. Try and maintain your balance. But if you don't, at least win. I'm just kidding. All right. Love y'all.